And so now I'm going to show you how to start to build your gingerbread. So I've got a nice gold drum here. This is my template of that I printed out and then cut out. And I'm going to center that because I need something to to see where I'm going to be building. So I'm going to put that on there, and I've double stick taped that down. So it's on there. I can pull it off when I'm done, but it's on there and it's not going to move around. Now I'm going to get my royal icing, and I've got it in a piping bag. And I've got my glass here, and what I'm going to, Michael, I have to ask you, can you get me a couple of tall glasses?
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start piping a nice big bead on one side and then down the other side. And I'm going to take one of my walls and just put it right in the royal icing like this and kind of smush it down in there. That's perfect, thank you. And then I'm going to take some more royal and go up the other side. And I want to give it kind of you want it to have kind of a thick bead because you want it to have something to grab onto. And I'm going to take my other wall and I'm going to put the green on the top on this one so it's alternating. And I'm going to put that in there and I'm going to attach it so that these are touching. Now this has to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a glass on the inside. You can see here, so my walls have something to lean against. And then you might have to also put something on the other side to press up against it. These are actually leaning pretty good. So if it looks like when you're in here, if it looks like that you have a little bit of space, you can also put a bead right on the inside so that once you have these together, you can put a bead on there so you can make sure that they're going to stick.
And that's just royal icing?
It's just royal icing. Kind of press it in there like that.
So it's glue?
It's just like when you're building a gingerbread house, we're just gluing it all together. So now we're going to let that dry. So you want to let these two dry a little bit, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put a bead along the bottom, a bead up the side, and add your next wall. And then you're going to do a fourth time. Before you actually get to your last piece, you're going to want to pull out your template. So we've gotten this far. Now we're going to go and grab one where we've gotten a little bit farther. We've got one that has,
oh, look at that,
4 walls already built. So I'm going to grab my template.
Okay.
So I can put it back in here so I can see where my walls are. And so I'm going to do another couple of, I'm going to finish up my other wall. So I'm just going to see this is a point here. So there. So I've made a point where I can see where the 2 walls connect. And now I'm going to...
And that was why you put the template back in?
I put the template in just so I could see it.
Okay, and now you're just going to draw 2 lines?
I'm going to draw a line along the bottom.
There we go.
And then a line up here.
Yeah, you're doing great and you got plenty of time.
Oh, good. Okay. Like that. And now I'm going to go get my other pieces.
And just so the folks watching know, this smells really good.
And then we're going to take
gingerbread.
another piece here. And we're going to push it in and attach it to the side like that. And before I close it off, I'm going to go ahead and fill this bead in here. So I make sure that I've got nice contact between my 2 pieces of gingerbread because you want to make sure they're attached really, really well together. You can smooth that out if it's looking a little rough, like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my last one in there. So we're going to turn it here. So you can see I've got my last little space. So I'm going to connect a line here between the 2. And now I'm going to go up both sides and give it a bead like this. Make sure we get it all in there.
Is that royal icing normal, whatever that is, normal consistency?
It is. It's pretty normal
it's not
consistency.
Thinner or
it's
thicker.
A little bit thicker. You don't want it to
Okay.
run. You don't want it to be running consistency like when you're filling a cookie. You want it to be a border kind of consistency. So we're going to put this one in here. Put it on there. Oh, now see, this one's a little bit tall. So my measurement on this side got a little, so it's even here, but not quite even there.
Okay.
So I'm going to want it to be even. So I'm going to take this off. And And I'm gonna lay it down and I'm just gonna trim it a little bit because I want it to be even. So I'm just taking a little more off this side so that it is
When the pizza cutter
even.
comes in handy.
Exactly.